What's up, guys? I am back to redeem myself after a week or so of pretty bad games. Sorry, I'm still sick. I am ready to just move on and get higher MMR again. I am sick of that 3,300 hovering. I don't want to be here anymore. We're going up, ideally. And I can't necessarily control it 100%, but I'm going to do everything I can. So let's just make sure my sound is appropriate.
Up, ideally.
Yes, it is. So, we will start finding a match immediately. Because I'm not having it. Whew. So, I am ready. I am prepared. I am happy. I actually have not been playing a ton recently. I played some bot games and stuff just to keep up with my practice since last time, but other than that, I've only played 2 real games, and I didn't deserve to lose one of them. This one in particular just happened earlier today, a couple hours ago, and I just didn't deserve to lose. You know, I was safe lane Bloodseeker, and which wasn't ideal, but whatever. I was getting plenty of farm. As you can see, I have the most farm in the team. I was getting last hits. You know, my lane was fine. We were locked down. We had I think it was, I want to say Winter Wyvern Marana, something like that. Marana was in the lane for sure. It was Pudge Marana, that's what it was. And we did fine. So these 2 people didn't count. And unfortunately, our Razor just kind of fed mid, and they let Troll farm in the other lane. It was pretty awful. Pretty upset about it, but it's okay. Also had a jerk of an Invoker in this game. I won't click on it because I'm not trying to get people to potentially try to follow him, since he didn't do it on stream anyway. But he was a jerk. I hovered over Invoker before we got the chance to pick, banned somebody else, you know, so the Invoker was ready, and then he immediately first picked Invoker. And then basically said to me, "Don't worry, I'll carry you." And it's like, alright, you've already made an enemy of me, basically. You know, it's not a ranked game. No huge deal. But then he just continued to be kind of a jerk. Like, he died 4 times mid, and then I died while he was watching, I guess. And it was a dumb death. I mean, I totally shouldn't have died, and I messed up. But he did the whole well-played thing. And it's like, don't well-played me. You've died 4 times mid as Invoker. Don't start that crap now. And then he just kept kill-stealing and stuff. It was beautiful. Great player. But we're not. Hopefully, not gonna get any of that in ranked. Ranked usually has a different balance of people, in my experience. So I feel strongly that things are gonna go well. I feel pretty strong, anyway. I really hope so. Earlier, I was thinking about coming up with an example of like a hypothetical match. You know, with 9 heroes picked and you're the last pick on your team, you know, what do you pick? But then I just realized that, like, Dota's such a evolving game that I feel like even giving that example would have too many correct answers, you know? It's not even worth it. I was going to come up with, like, an elaborate, you know, if you have these heroes in your team going these lanes and the enemy heroes are in this team, what do you pick to best handle that situation, and which lane do you go in with that pick, that kind of thing. But Dota's so fluid, you could probably justify like half the cast. Not really if you're the 10th pick of the game, but you could justify quite a few heroes, and you could like claim that items affected. I don't want to get into it. It's going to cause more strife than anything else. Not that there's that many people here to jump in, but, you know, it's not even worth it. I will say as a benefit, though, something that comes up a lot that I see both in my own games and I hear from other people. If an offlaner on their team is someone that you might consider... Techies, oh my god. If their offlaner is somebody that is what you would consider unzonable, so it's somebody that you're not going to get a kill on, that has the ability to stay within XP range no matter what, basically... Unless you drastically change your picks, you know what I mean? Usually that's a good reason to not try lane and to not put your strongest support there. So oftentimes I'll see a Bristleback off lane and people will be like, oh, let's try lane. Well, unless you have like a Lion and, I don't know, somebody with a slow. Let's even just like be aggressive here. Lion and Shadow Shaman are your supports. Unless you have a Lion Shadow Shaman, you're not going to kill Bristleback. And it's in a carry who has damage, mind you. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to kill him. He's going to walk away. Or like Faces Void, you know, similar situation. And because of that, I just wanted to be clear, you need to do something else. Make the best use of your supports. So the Shadow Shaman is the less useful for ganking in that case. So just send Lion somewhere else. Just move Lion to your off lane, or make him roam between mid and the off lane. You know what I mean? That's how you become the most useful you can. Wow. That's a good pick already. The AM, if I pick him. Just be aware of what you can and can't accomplish. Don't have an overinflated sense of your ego. In some cases, you can actually solo lane if you were that hero. So if you were like a tanky ranged hero, you know, I don't know who you'd even ranged carry that's tanky. I guess Medusa, actually. If you're like a Medusa against Bristle, you might be able to solo, depending. As long as there's a little bit of roaming. So that would be a case to maybe try lane the off lane, which sounds weird, but like just be aware, like what are you trying to accomplish? Why do you have people in this lane? Always consider what you're accomplishing in the lane with each hero and how they could do something else, theoretically speaking. The only problem with Anti-Mage here is the Cold Snap and Call, which makes me a little bit sketchy.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll pick because Bloodseeker is a little bit scarier to have countered, in my opinion. Haven't played AM in a while. I'm feeling good about it. AM does suffer against Axe, except if I send illusions at him. Whether he calls or not, he's going to be out of mana, and then he can't do anything. Invoker, I'm going to blow up. If he, you know, gets enough int, he'll just explode when I ult him after he casts, because he has very high costing spells. Disarm sucks. That hurts me a lot. I have to avoid that at all costs. But his damage and his spell damage, I will be able to take easily. So that's something that's going to benefit me. I'm definitely not buying a Blink Dagger. I'll tell you that right now. Not going to get a Bloodstone. I'm not going to get a Medallion. I probably will bash at some point. So, for example, with them, just so we're clear, our chances of killing Axe if he solos are pretty low. I do a lot of damage early to Axe, but very quickly he'll become very powerful. So as long as he kind of dances around the outside of the XP range, we should not be able to kill Axe, just the two of us. So then we have an option. Do we send a third person down to kill Axe? And they have an option. Do they send somebody down in case we have a third person? The easier answer, in my opinion, is that Axe should not have anybody else in this lane. So this is not the time for a dual lane for Dire. Send either a tri-lane or have a roamer. Or a jungler, which is what they're probably going to do with Legion. So they already have that idea. Okay. I hate people who random that late. I'm glad I picked third, so I don't have to deal with that. So they should just send somebody jungle or send somebody to roam. That's fine. Us, killing Axe isn't worth it to us. He's not going to farm a ton. I'm still probably going to get a good farm. There's no reason to do it. So we should probably dual lane. Jungler seems a little bit... If we had a jungler who goes in, like Enchantress or Chen, that would be fine. To try to get a kill on Axe that way, but still have a farming hero. The lanes they're going to have set up is they're going to have Shadow Fiend in the safe lane, Invoker mid, Axe off lane, jungle, like that. That's going to be their laning situation, most likely. Now, granted, they could swap Shadow Fiend for Invoker if they really wanted to, but it's a little greedy. No hate. There's no hate. We are all here with good vibes and cough drops. I haven't taken any cough drops. I hate them. They taste disgusting, but I actually feel pretty good. My throat's relatively clear now. I'm not as sick, but I have my moments where it's really bad, so we'll see what happens. That's what we should be doing now. So we have to consider how to stop Legion. So either we have to have somebody roam in on her, which would be the job of Spiritbreaker. Treant's a good hero. He's just not as good as he was. Still a good hero, though. Ooh. Ooh, yes. That tower. We got the ultimate tower, guys. That's rare. A lot more common now that a lot of people are having hundreds and hundreds of levels, but... I rarely have any cough drops. I haven't tried that many, I'll be honest. I could give them a fair shake, but... There's definitely not a double down. But I do feel comfortable just putting some tokens towards it. Yeah, I'll put some tokens towards it. Why not? No double down, though. I don't feel that strongly about this. We have an iffy matchup where Legion can screw up me or Wind or Zeus. I'm really worried about the Legion, and I'm also worried about, since Shadow Shaman has to be so close, and so does Spirit Breaker, and so does me, the three of us getting Axe called. So I'm really not feeling comfortable with doubling down here. This isn't the game. That's if you ever have the feeling that's probably not the game, even if you can't put it into words, just don't. Just don't double down. You probably have something inside of you that's registering on a subconscious level that you haven't quite realized yet, but it's still real. That's why people tell you when you take tests, go with your first instinct. Your first instinct is usually correct because of something that you're not remembering consciously, but that you still know. So if you go back and look at it deeply, you'll rationalize your way out of the correct answer. Your subconscious is a wimp? Well, it happens. You can't really control your subconscious too well. By the way, if everybody's ever interested in psych stuff, I'm a little bit out of practice as far as some of the more theoretical stuff because I've been out of school for a couple years, but I do have a bachelor's in psych, so I know what I'm talking about. Mostly. Bachelor's in psych doesn't mean crap in the field, but I do know what I'm talking about all the same. Best block. Alright, we have a really good starting position here. My only concern is Axe. That's fine. This is a good time just to attack Axe. That's exactly what we needed. Axe is now in an awful position because I'm about to get a ton of farm. Play it next game. I didn't know there was a collective subconscious between us all. I'll have to tap into that. Axe is in a really rough spot now. He can't really afford to die in the off lane. He died solely because he got bad spins. I probably should have died before him, and then he would have died to Shadow Shaman if he actually had any stroke of luck at all. But he obviously does not. The only downside now is I can't take much harass. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave. Ah, crap. Ooh. Alright, I need my treads. I got greedy and went for the ring first, but I think it's going to benefit me here because I was already running out of regen, and that's why I switched up my build order. And that's the kind of thing you need to do. If you're realizing you have a deficit for some reason, fix it. Alright, more mana break is going to really be stronger against Axe. Embrace the hive mind. I love it. Ah. Shadow Shaman's doing a really great job here of pushing this Axe to his limits. I know that Axe has call, so I don't want to really go too far out of position here. He almost got Shadow Shaman there. Here comes the coughing. Prepare thyselves. This lane's actually already gone splendidly. We got the first blood, so although Shadow Shaman died, that's fine. We got more out of it. And I got the kill. Axe is salving, which is really unfortunate. Shadow Shaman's getting a little bit aggressive. I'm not really very much in appreciation of that. Alright, I think now would be a good time to take Spell Shield, because you never know if Axe will... It's hard for Zeus to last hit. I mean, yes, he has his, I know. Yeah, he has his Q, but it's not great. I'm about to say he screwed up my deny there. I could be a little bit peeved, but he actually got it, so I can't complain. That's what I was trying to do. Alright. There's one more little hit there is going to really help with the mana problems. Give him mana problems, more accurately. Almost have my treads. Once I do, I would feel more comfortable about screwing Axe over. Ooh, he canceled. He's good at that. This Axe knows how to stop his animation really well. I'm actually impressed. This Axe isn't bad. Get us some free experience. Shadow Shaman got level 4 for it. Oops. Sometimes I feel like I go through the portrait a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. No, I'm just sick. It's a mixture of allergies, I think, and other stuff. Why'd you pick Fungal Manage? Oh, crap. That's my best response without typing. You're metal like that? I don't know if that's how I describe it, but sure. The cough's getting better. I'm in the process of getting better. He is 6. Earthshaker came in just to throw a stun at Shadow Shaman, which did not lead to anything, thank goodness. Oh, jeez. Oh, does my picture block Steam messages? That's beautiful. I don't have to worry about it. Earthshaker is there, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do much with that. I got there in time for the experience. That's all I care about. The farm matters too, but I can't always have all the farm I want, so. This ring has done wonders, by the way. I haven't even needed to use my Fairy Fire. He can't call now. And the answer to that, my friend, is yes. I'm going Vanguard regardless. I don't care what he thinks. There's a Legion Commander on their team, an Invoker or a Shadow Fiend. I'm going Vanguard. I also just like Vanguard a lot, and I admit my bias, but they have a lot of right clickers. That's what it's for. Made him waste his mana. Just trying to prevent this axe from getting any money. He's actually relatively poor, but he does have Tranquils, which is all Axe needs to really, you know, get moving. Randomly did that to a range creep. I don't know why. I don't know if I ever will find out. I feel pretty strong about this right now. I'm gonna need some help down here if we intend to protect this tower. I can't fight him solo. Ah. Ah. That's a good reason for Mana Break to be maxed. I can just Mana Axe out really fast now. I don't mind he had to get the dot off himself. These guys need to relax. He's the best. There's my mana. Oh, I really hope not. I really hope he's not getting as much farm as is being implied. I still got that. Ha. He's just trying to go for a heavy regen build. I mean, that's fine. He has a Yule's. Big whoop. I'm like really not worried about it. He's fast. His tranquils are kicking in. This sucks. Fine. He gets away today. He gets away today. That's okay. Really not that worried about it. I don't understand how Shadow Fiend is doing well, though. Spirit Breaker is pretty painful for Shadow Fiend. I mean, it's not like a great matchup, but it's certainly not good for Shadow Fiends. It's not good for either of them, is my honest opinion. Shadow Fiend doesn't like to be run at. And Spirit Breaker doesn't like to have multiple raises in his face, you know? If these people can just make enough space for me to farm as much as I want to, then I'll be fine. Thankfully, you get that 10 damage from Perseverance. It totally matters. Like, it adds up. That's why I love when I finish it. It just makes that little bit of jungle of farming a little bit easier. Might as well fortify. There's no reason not to. I can't stop Invoker by myself, so that's just a tower gone. So now I just gotta finish this Battle Fury as fast as possible. That's a dead Shadow Shaman no matter what happens. Things are not going well as far as that's concerned. I really hope Shadow Fiend doesn't get the chance to really farm. He went for a Yule's build, which makes me happy, actually. Because he didn't go immediate right-click, which is what's going to hurt me more. Problem is, it's going to blow up my Shadow Shaman. It's going to stop him from channeling. But at least it's better for me, right? Ah, he tried. He tried.
We're trapped. We're gonna die.
That's good. I made sure we got the kill, even though I didn't get it myself. That's fine. That's a dead Invoker, and that's always good news. Unfortunately, even though I just leveled up, thanks to that big assist, I'm going to level up again. Probably take the next level Spell Shield, because I'm really worried about the coming team fights. And the extra 8%, it's not shabby. Also glad I got to cut that ward down. 300 gold. Alright, almost level 12. Which means I'm more likely to get kills with my ult. It's just better, significantly. Does cost more mana though, which kind of stinks because I don't have any. A little worried about Axe. I don't see him, so he could totally try to blink into this creep wave and kill me. I'm gonna go to the back for that reason. If I'm lucky, I'll be just outside it. Alright, maybe we can do some damage to this tower. Nah, Invoker's a big... Oh, jeez. Goodbye. I don't know how many more there are, but it's hard to tell. Oh, I needed that. Ha! That was dumb. Well, that was a waste of 200 gold. Got 100 back for it. A waste of 100 gold, actually, because I sell it for 100. Gaining 100 gold, and that's rebuy for 200. So I lost 100 gold. Almost there. I should have a 20-minute Battle Fury, but I screwed up. That's the assist gold I needed. Thank you, thank you. Alright, get myself ready to fight. Now I can take a ton of damage from their casters. A 21-minute Battle Fury, you know, not as bad as it could have been after the Vanguard. This is all thanks to Shadow Shaman's brilliant assists. Realistically speaking, he was a great support. Won't complain about him at all. At least not the early game. We'll see how he does. Continuing. Ooh, Invoker's mad. I gotta start rushing levels so I can get some higher levels of Blink. It's safer to use because of the increased range and the decreased cooldown, so I really need that to be up if I want to like initiate. That was really unfortunate. Zeus will take that. I don't need to take it from him. That would be mean. Unnecessary. I can't get out of there in time because my blink wasn't off cooldown, unfortunately. Level 15. Gonna take that attack speed so I can actually kill people like Legion in duels. That's blocked. I just want to make sure they're aware of that, because it's possible that it's warded. And if it is, our team needs to do something about it. Shadow Shaman or so it's important to let them know. I'm trying to push this a little bit if possible, but... That's unfortunate. I really don't want to deal with Shadow Fiend with a Blink Dagger, but... Fortunately, I'm the best to deal with it. I don't take a ton of damage from his ult. So if he's going to be blinking around, throwing raises, or blinking into position to use an ult, that's fine. Alright, now I'm farming like a machine. Got the extra attack speed, got the Yasha, which also gives attack speed and damage. That's just a dead Spirit Breaker. I'd love to go in there, but unless we have more people, I'm a little skeptical.
I'm down, but I'm under the mine.
I don't know what he's doing, but I'm glad I got the Legion. I thought she might have blinked to that camp.
Holy shit, it's a creep illusion. Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna have to mute him because that's really irritating. Alright, max level blink. Now I can go around whenever I want, wherever I want, basically. He got a quick hex off, but unfortunately this is still gonna... Ooh, ooh. That was actually a really good shackle. We need to leave with it, though. We just need to farm. They have too many heroes there. There's no reason to go super aggressive. Elixir Spirit Breaker might do it anyway, but it's not the play. Ult was down until just now. I'm just going to take advantage of the fact that I'm a monstrous farmer instead. Tank up a bit. Almost level 18. Once I get that, I'll be able to kill very fast. Ooh, he wasn't down as much mana as I thought he was. Nice. This is probably not where we want to be. We'll just go out real quick. Back to farming, because that's our anti-mage way. Which means Legion Commander, that's okay. I understand. There's a lot coming. Oh my gosh. That was so big. I cannot believe I did not die. I deserve to die there. I greedy for farm. And somehow I was allowed to just walk away. So next item I probably want is a basher. Everyone's Shadow Fiend. The reason why it ruins Shadow Fiend is if he's trying to ult and I'm there. I literally just keep bashing him, ideally, and he'll never ult. Also, it helps in duels, because if I bash Legion, she's not doing nearly as much damage to me during those few moments. It's just effective. Broker's got illusions, because he's a jerk. This is an illusion, but I'm going to take it for all it's worth. 38 gold for me. Which means it's in level 19. Yep. Times 2 level. That's how much gold and XP it's worth, by the way. So, it's worth it. That's Real Invoker. I just heard him cast, what I think is Alacrity. Hard to tell sometimes, but I think it was Alacrity. I'm level 19, which means that I am as high as their Invoker, which is very good for us. Trying to rush to 20 as fast as I can because then I get my either stats or evasion. I'm thinking that evasion's not the way to go because they're going to buy an MKB for Wind Ranger anyway. I manted and it probably killed me. I was worth a lot of money, but not that much Shadow Fiend in particular, so that's always good. He should 4-staff himself so he can Q. We didn't kill anybody, that's very disappointing. There's no Blade Mail on Legion, I thought there was. So that's actually good news. I thought that she had one, and since she doesn't, that means that she's not as much of a danger to me. She's level 20, so she just has the 10% moment proc. I don't know, the 15 evasion is nice, but who am I evading? I'm evading Legion, of course. Invoker to a small degree, but he's more concerned with casting. And Shadow Fiend to a small degree. I feel like it's probably better to get stats so I do more damage, and it also gives me the ability to take, you know, all of the non-right-click damage they have better. The only problem is that I'm getting tons of farm, but my team seems to not be on that same track, and it hurts us. I don't have to worry about as much about building damage since they don't have a blade mail on Legion. He does have a blade mail, so that hurts. Thanks, Legion. Giving me 18 dual damage was not the play. I think she assumed that since in duels she had been relatively safe that I didn't do damage, but I do. I just didn't do enough to kill her from full health. I can totally kill her from that low health crap she was at. I think Abyssal's probably the way to go. Good thing is I get a lot of extra health from the Basher itself, which really does help me. I can definitely appreciate having a little bit more health just to tank the initial salvo they're going to send my way. I am not going to send my Basher yet, just because I'm going to have the full Abyssal soon, so why bother? Alright, we'll get a little bit of damage in the tower, but not a ton. And I can't go much farther because they're going to come attack me. And that's not worth it to me. I'm not going to die for it for a tier 2. Tier 3 I'll die for it, not 2. Especially now because my respawn time is much higher than everybody else's, basically. Alright, Basher's coming in. Next item. Not really sure yet. I'll have to think on it. I got him first. Yes. That's the second duel I've been fed by Legion. Oh, I should have meant to push top. You are 100% accurate, my friend. So, next might be a Scotty, actually, because it's going to go through the BKBs that are inevitably going to happen. Alrighty. And we got the Roche, so that's money for us. I got some of that money too, which I love. I am glad my face now blocks any Steam notifications that might pop up. I find them very bothersome. Like, you guys don't need to be concerned with who's messaging me or who's online. So I find that much, it's a good place for it. Almost level 25. These stats are already wonderful for me. When I hit 25, I get, I think I need the agility, because I need to be able to sit there and take all the damage from Legion. And a right click from Shadow Fiend, and I need to deal more, attack faster, to... all that. I think it's being, like, facetious. Okay. He's gone, that's fine. Quick tank up just in case somebody decides, you know, they're gonna try to kill me. Legion's never going to get a duel off on me, so I certainly hope that she was dumb enough to do the duel damage at level 25, or will be dumb enough when she gets level 25, because I'll win those duels. Now, against my team, on the other hand, a little different story. Half of them are dead, I'm not too worried about it, so I'm just going to go. Shadow Shaman's going to steal a lot of that, which is fine. I'm going to push a little bit, then I'll have my Mantis do the rest. That Manta push we were talking about. They actually fortified before the creeps got there, which is great. I'm staying in the back here because I do not want to get called by Axe. Oh, Axe is dead. bash. I am healing, so I'm not too worried about... Shadow Fiend's dead, so let's just take a Rax real quick if possible. I just did that so the Axe wouldn't get the chance to call before I did. Alright. Get out. Get out. People. We did plenty in there. We don't need to keep going. So I'm going to be pushing in mid lane now. That's something that's efficient that we can do. Legion's getting duels, unfortunately. I do not appreciate that. That's a Scotty. I think now... Not sure. There's a couple items I could go. A heart would be okay. I'm thinking, because there's a lot of reasonable options in AM. You know, a heart would be fine. Some people would buy butterfly, but I think that's the wrong choice just because I feel like they're eventually going to buy. Not 25 yet. And dead. To me? I tried to help. Buyback would have been nice. I'm saving for buyback. That's what I'm going to do. AC would be good. I think AC could be really good here. Not usually what you want to buy in your carries, but I could totally help my team out because there's not another good carrier of it. Axel is about to mess some people up, unfortunately. But our Shadow Shaman's wicked good. And we're gonna get Axe. Nice. And Spirit Breaker? No, not quite. Not quite. I was so excited too. When I say best, I might think I'm being sarcastic. We do have a Rax, by the way. So although they pushed, this lane is continuously getting closer. You know, right now it was in their base, for example. Now, I don't think it's going to take anything by itself, but it's going to help. A BKB wouldn't be a bad item, actually. I have to get over to them fast. Because they're fighting. Somewhat lunatics for fighting. Evil Hamster, what's up? So that went awful. I'm very upset about that. That should not have gone that way. There it is. Evil Hamster, welcome to the family. Haven't seen you around before, so I'm assuming you have to be new. Appreciate the follow. Afro Chick will welcome you formally. If she's paying attention. She was. You were ahead of me. Because I'm assuming they're going to buy a MKB for Wind Ranger. They might not, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming they will. Which would kind of ruin the butterfly. I think it is. Always this Legion. At least I'm not going to die to a duel here. Trying to ping the other ability there, but I have to back out. I have tried Desto on AM before. It's not a bad item. A little late now, but it is a good item. Alright, we did win. We killed a ton of them, but at what cost? She should just have this. Oh my gosh. There we go. Still have mana. All I have to do is see him for a second. Just split second. Everybody on their team is so mad. Yeah, it's good for mid-game. Especially, like, if you just got your Battle Fury, it's not a bad pickup. If the team needs it. If I had, like, all right clickers, awesome pickup. I know, right? At what cost? We're about to get a Rax. I love that. I don't need to stay there for that. Yep. I have buyback. That's the biggest factor in all of this. I think a BKB is probably the way to go so that I can't be disarmed by Invoker. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. Aegis would be nice. Bots are good. I was looking for a bigger team fight item first, but bots might be the way to go. It's between bots and BKB at this point. This goes to Zeus at some point. Boom. I'll just wait it out. No big deal. The ice wall is so big. This will be ours. It'll give us complete map control over this sector. We should just end, actually. Shadow Shaman is ult. We should just end. I have buyback in case everything goes awful. Ah, yes. Alright. Kill those. They're apparently going for the kill. I'm fine with that. It worked out. He bought back, but that's a buyback on a hero who really doesn't want to buy back. He's distracted, so we're about to get the, Yep. Goodbye. I was trying to get away from half of this so Airshaker can't catch me in the whole thing. But as long as Zeus is kind of poking at him, he really can't. GG, well played. Start with a win. I'm feeling it. I love it. And we got that huge wager. Give me the levels. That's 3 levels, because I only needed 300 to my first one, so. 3 levels. And I'm tipping that guy. That Shadow Shaman. He may have looked like he did terrible because of the 0, but he was there. Where is Shadow Shaman? Commended and tipped. I'll take my extra tokens. No reason not to, obviously. I leave this chat immediately because they're just going to be toxic over on their side of the border, and I don't want to even deal with it at this point. It's not worth it. I kind of wish I had doubled down, but it was safer not to. So, that game, we gained 24 MMR. That's a good start. See you, M Pro Bison. Good luck in whatever you're doing next, whether it be playing a game or whatever nonsense you get yourself into. So, net worth. I am disastrously ahead of them, ahead of everybody, and that's because of Battle Fury. That's why AM builds Battle Fury, because if I can have 10,000 net worth over them, now of course Shadow Fiend had more before he bought back, but if I can have 10,000 net worth over them, there's no way they can fight me as long as I'm playing correctly, which ideally I am. So, let's see some of the damage charts. So, interestingly enough, Zeus did way more damage than me. It's like significantly, which is what you expect from Zeus, but it's because he mattered early. I wasn't in the early game fights. I was kind of just doing my own thing, and he carried us through that, which I appreciate. Zeus did what he's supposed to do. He punished them for trying to go too far. Even if the fights didn't end up in a lot of kills, it kind of dispersed, which gave me the space I needed. 2 sides of the coin, which I do appreciate. Support items, like I said, thank God we had Shadow Shaman. He bought a bunch. They had to split between Earthshaker and Invoker, I guess, which is surprising to me, and that's probably one of the reasons Invoker suffered. He probably got frustrated that there were no supports, which is what he said. So he bought all these, which just killed him at the end anyway, because then he couldn't put it towards more items. So, that game, we were actually behind, I guess, way more than I thought we were. You know, like 2,500 behind until about 35 minutes, and then we gained a huge advantage. They gained this advantage here, but I would call that a false advantage. It's when I died and I didn't have buyback, and they pushed into our racks and stuff. It did help them, but I still had plenty of money. It's just that my lower team members didn't, which isn't a big deal. So, player net worth, I had as much farm as I wanted for the entire game. Shadow Fiend was ahead of me for about 8 minutes, 10 minutes. No big deal. That's when they were complaining that Shadow Fiend was getting fed. But obviously I came out significantly ahead of him right after that. You know, for this entire time, I was way ahead. Our Spirit Breaker did pretty poorly early, but he did catch up and knew what items to buy. Wind Ranger I'm disappointed in. I don't know why she did so poorly, and it kind of hurt us early. And Zeus really did okay up until 20 minutes, and that's expected of Zeus. He's not going to farm as well because there's going to be fights. And unless he's getting the direct kills, he's not going to do too much. Conversely, their Shadow Fiend was doing fine. Invoker was meh. Actually, everybody on the team was meh. They had a really rough start, and that's what really gave us the edge we needed to get me my Battle Fury and start moving. I'm assuming there were some item mistakes, so let's go into that. So, Yule's first. Why are you buying a Yule's first? It is only for 2 reasons. Number 1, there are abilities you need to disrupt that a Yule's is the only effective way to do it that's cheap. That would be stopping Shackles on Shadow Shaman, and that's it. That's the only reason you buy Yule's. Well, that's one of the 2. That's not worth it, for that reason alone. Second reason is because you want to Yule somebody, get below them, and start channeling ult. I find that greedy. A Shadow Blade would do almost as well. The Yules can be blocked easier, because you can just buy a Linken's or something like that. And someone can just stun you while you're channeling because you're not invisible. So this is greedy, and I think it was a big mistake. Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger on Shadow Fiend's fine, but it's when you go right-click. But he's setting up for ult with a whole item, so are you going right-click or not? If his plan is to blink in, then Yules you, then ult, that's so much money for 1 ult. Waste. These two items together are pointless. He went for the Ags, which helps both his right click and his ult, but I think it's too early. He obviously was going for an ult amp, and it's never going to work out. We have an anti-mage. I'm resistant to magic. This was really silly. These three items together, all focused on ult, was a huge waste of money. BKB's fine. We have a ton of magic stuff. That's fine. And Dessa was late. If he just switched this earlier, his build would look a lot more uniform and would have made a lot more sense. That was a mistake. Late Midas by Invoker, but that's fine. It's not too late. Then into Boots of Travel. So he could participate in team fights, I guess? This is ridiculous. I don't know why you would buy these this early. And then straight into an Ags without something like a Blink Dagger. And straight into Octarine. So he's just greedy. He wants to cast lots of spells, and it didn't work out for him. Invoker made a huge mistake. He played awful. This was a terrible build. Terrible build. Axe did some normal stuff. Wanted to get some extra armor. That's fine. Blade Mail's great. Solar Crest is great. Crimson Guard's great, especially against Wind Ranger. And then Assault Carrier should help his team out. I mean, that's all good items. That's fine. Legion went a Midas, which was greedy, and it kind of slowed her down. But she did get a reasonably timed blink, so I can't complain. You know, I can't criticize too much. She went a Armlet, which is fine. The only problem is if she Armlets and then Shadow Shaman Hexes or Shackles, she's screwed. Oh yeah, he also stacked a Deso on top of a Deso, so that was good. So extra shame on Shadow Fiend. Deso's fine. That's a good item to buy after Blink. And then did buy an MKB. This is why I didn't get a Butterfly. Which is fine, because it's for the possibility of me having a Butterfly or just Wind Ranger by herself. And then a BKB, which is fine. No complaints. Earthshaker built what he could. He didn't have a lot of options. I think Ags was kind of greedy at the end, but it was the end of the game. They were already losing. It was just like I think it was like a last-ditch effort. Alright, we're at 3,336. That's a good place to be. I really think that the reason we won this match was mostly the matchups and significant build errors. It's not play errors, but build errors. So if Shadow Fiend and Invoker had build better, they probably would have mattered more. And Shadow Fiend did matter, don't get me wrong. He had a time when he mattered, but it could have been so much more. He could have mattered so much more, and he just didn't. And Invoker never mattered. All he did was disarm people and stuff. He didn't do anything else. He was basically their fourth slot. Right after the Earthshaker, he's just the fourth slot, so. Right above Earthshaker. That was pointless. If they had better builds, they would have had a chance. But we have a good thing here. Zeus helps us win duels, as long as Zeus isn't dueled. Zeus reveals Invoker and any possible Shadow Blades they're going to buy. Wind Ranger locks down Shadow Fiend and Axe and Legion, all during what they're trying to cast. Shadow Shaman is good against them for the same reason. Spirit Breaker catches Shadow Fiend out. Invoker, if he tries to do a pushing build. He interrupts Legion Duel with lots of stuns. And me, I'm resistant to the magic damage, the partial magic damage, and magic damage. And in a solo fight, I'm able to fight and duel most of the time and go toe-to-toe with Shadow Fiend and right-click. I mean, there just wasn't really a good... Oh, and I'm good in Axe call, too, because if you mana Axe out from one call, he can't finish you off with his ult, so... I just think we had better matchups, and then they made huge errors. I'm actually wondering if they made any skill build errors. This is greedy. Don't get stack field that early as Zeus. What's the point? It's pointless. Just pushes the lane. More than it needs to be. So, Shadow Fiend got Necromastery first. That's fine. Raised Necromastery. That's fine. He didn't get his Presence of the Dark Lords till later. That's a good idea, actually. So that's correct. Invoker did the right thing, too. An Exort Quas build. That's fine. No issues there. Axe took a good build considering the lane he had. He had to take Battle Hunger to try to do something against Shadow Shaman. He didn't use it right, but having it's fine. Legion had to build for jungle. That's how you build jungle, so that's fine. Earthshaker took a level of Aftershock that I just don't get early. I know that it adds the extra damage, but you probably want Enchant Totem before you have Aftershock, because the reason you have Aftershock is for Enchant Totem. Realistically speaking, it's to add to everything, but it's because otherwise Enchant Totem doesn't have a stun. So why take Aftershock first? You might as well have the damage from Enchant Totem. Now, I didn't see how Earthshaker really laned, but it can help a lot to have, a big attack. To get a deny, to get a last hit in case your carry can't, to harass. I just don't think this was right, but it's only one level, so it's not a huge deal. What about the 10s? So he went attack speed. Why was he building towards his ult if he's going to have attack speed? This is ridiculous. Health's fine, he was having a problem living. Yeah, he went attack talents and built ult-based items. He did too much of a split. That's such an issue. We won because of terrible builds. That's why. That's what it comes down to. Oh, jeez. I can't even believe that. Ban Necro. And I will go safe lane. We'll see us who. Who was in our last game? I just want to know. I was a Squanchy, Track, Dealing, and Better. None of those people are here. On their team was Zoidberg. I don't see any of the same people anyway. Good. I don't like having the same people from match to match.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not picking first.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, good. He randoms. Or picked Bloodseeker suddenly. I didn't even get my challenge, unfortunately. I didn't get enough bashes. I'm not the bash lord I'd like to be. Necro did end up getting banned, so I'm happy about that. Marana. Interesting. Slark's pretty good against Marana just because he can purge off arrow. It's not a bad pick. Not sure though. Slark can just go invis inside Clock's ults and Clock's cogs and just say no. So that's not too bad. Welcome back, JJ, by the way. Good to see you. You always stop in for a few brief moments and then disappear mysteriously. We have Jakiro, so that's nice. If Jakiro gets an ice path, I can get so many stats just so quick. This is my motion for Slark. Just so everybody knows. It's universal now. I can purge off some of Invoker's stuff. So that's not too bad. Maybe I like Jug. Although the ult poses a problem there. Excuse me. They have Jug. Okay. Slark's strong against Jug, because I can just ult. And his ult means nothing to me. Yeah, probably.
10 seconds remaining.
I think Slark's the way to go here. Get myself a Tango. I think I'm going to need a Stout Shield. I actually think I need a Climb Blade because I'm kind of crappy. No. I don't need that. I think better. Just get myself the extra agility right off the bat. Because you can't buy the Slippers of Agility in the side shop, so like you used to be able to. So I think this is the way to go. Wow. Pugna, gross. Doesn't affect most of us, though. Most of our heroes are okay with being Pugna, unless they're followed up by Invoker nonsense. Unfortunately for us, that Invoker might actually be a good Invoker. He bought a lot of levels. He can solo the tower. Their tower's cooler than us. That's really unfortunate, guys. Nah. I don't really feel like I have to bet. I'm definitely doubling down. Oh. I don't feel like I have to bet because I'm gonna have Wednesday anyway. You know, because these tokens are gonna expire Thursday morning, so I don't need to spend them right now. I can wait. Also, I can use them in non-ranked games if I really want to, so... Might have to take Pounce. Oh no. Oh good.
30 seconds to battle. This ain't no snowball fight.
Alright, not gonna bother. That's fine. They can have the rune. Bloodseeker doesn't like to be ghosted either, by the way. I said most of us don't mind Bloodseeker minds. I mind Bloodseeker minds.
I know, I'm watching.
That's mine. What are you doing? Thank goodness for Pounce. That was brutal.
You ready? Ready? Ice bath?
Kill him. Nice job, team. I have like no last hits right now. And I should be bothered, but I'm just happy we killed that clock. Because he was irritating me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, every arrow. He lived. Jeez. So aggressive, these guys. I'm getting a feeling they don't like me. Unfortunately, they got one of them. They're gonna get the other. So sad. I need like a windlace, but it's so expensive. I'm actually going to wait just because I have to wait a couple seconds anyway, so waiting about 4 extra seconds isn't a big deal. Now I'm just a little bit faster. This Marana is so good at what she does. I'm glad we have a tri-lane going on, because I can't do anything. This is a rough lane. Clockwork Marana is like made to make you suffer. Alright, now I'm actually getting some last hits, though. We'll see how long that lasts. No thanks. I'll gladly spend 75 mana to not get hit with that arrow. I'm not going back to base again. I'm not going back there.
Coming for him.
I'll do a 1-1-1 build, because if I see an arrow coming and I don't have Pounce up, I can always try to Dark Pact at the right time.
Might be coming mid. Yeah, clock mid.
Thank God, Clock's not here. The Windlace is really going to help me, because once I get my boots, I'm gonna be very mobile. It'll be hard for them to lock me down effectively. Even when Pugna ends up ghosting me, I'll have some semblance of move speed.
Clockwork's still up here somewhere.
Not even gonna bother getting an Orb of Venom. I'm not gonna get those kills. Now I have 365 move speed. That's exactly what I need to escape arrows and stuff. And to escape Clockwork when he's chasing me down.
Care bot. Clocks might be coming down there. Oh no.
Whew, okay. Feeling a little bit safer. Chiro has level 3, I have level 3, almost 4. Unfortunately, that's a dead Shakiro. TP response from Pugna was quick. Alright, we tried though. Rana will have to leave for a while. Well, probably anyway.
I have a tango for you, Clark.
Got my extra 6 agility. That's almost a point of armor, which is always nice. No thanks. He wasted 60 mana, I wasted 75, but then nothing came of it. I tried to do some fancy stuff, but it did not work. These range creeps are kind of screwing up my last hits. Getting a little bit of a poke damage on the tower. Our tower has also been poked, but... oh, crap. Wasn't watching.
Recrow, sorry.
Invoker. Okay. He died, though. I could have gone down and taken that bounty rune, but this will actually be more luxurious here. Luxurious. It's gonna be worth more, is the point.
Brutal, savage, ranked. Brutal, savage, ranked.
I just felt compelled because he did it. I'm a follower, not a leader sometimes. Sometimes. Wasn't going to... fair enough. You should question all of the things I say. Every single word. Never know when I'm going to make something up. Alright, need Shadow Blade first. I'd love to buy an Echo Saber, but the time to buy that first has gone. It's come and gone. I am broke. I almost have level 6. Ah, this guy. It's gonna give me my level 6, I think. Yeah, whatever. I do need some form of mana regen though, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and buy a Sage's Mask. Alright, an extra half mana regen per second. That's always good. Dang. I just need to get levels like really bad. That's a struggle for Slar because you need levels and items like really fast to be relevant. Get some last hits real quick. That was worth it to me. Got the bounty, leveled up. I might have had to use my pounds, but it was okay. So many heals. One. Jug. I forgot about Pug now. Sometimes I forget what his ult does, just when I'm like not thinking. That's mine, thank you. Oh. Pugton was there, no thank you. So instead, while the lane's a little bit dangerous, I'll just farm this little small camp. Just get a little bit of an income.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now I'm getting some serious farm, which I love. I'm actually like getting something for all my troubles. I never go Shadow Amulet first, unless you have like a pro setup, where like you're gonna, you know, have your whole team hiding away somewhere. I wouldn't bother. I'm pretty fast, but Invoker is faster if you want to consider the small delay in his Sunstrike. This whole camp needs to be taken. I have to buy it now because I'm going to TP and I'm not going to have another chance to buy an item. But I don't want to not carry it. It's better to at least have an item I can carry with me than an item sitting in base. Because I could, in theory, use a Shadow Amulet. If Jug comes to ult me, you have no ult up. I could just Shadow Amulet and stand still, and I really won't get hit by it. Jakira's max liquid fire. We should be getting some serious tower action going.
He got him.
I think I'll take the lifesteal for Slark. I always like to take it. It means you're better at fighting someone like Jug or whatever. Also helps me jungle just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. At Slark, this isn't really idle time because I'm regenning because I'm not attacking. I need to get my Shadow Blade, like, immediately.
Yeah, Jug's just doing his thing.
My farm is crap. Need to get my Dark Pact up again because it's going to help me farm. And since farming is kind of my issue right now, that's not a bad idea. I am starting to get rolling a little bit better, but it takes time. One less second. More damage, less mana.
On top.
That's a Mirana ult. I'm not gonna catch them unless they're... Yeah, no. Not gonna catch them.
Big crow. Big crow, Dan.
It died. It was over by the room, but I saw it die. Weird thing that you can watch wards die. I never understood that. I think that kind of is unnecessary. Not that it's unnecessary, but you shouldn't be able to see wards die. I don't like that. There we go. I have Shadow Blade. That was cool. I didn't really do that much. I helped kill Clock. That's about it. My mana's really low, which really stinks. I'd love to have more, but it's not always an option.
Come north. Come north. I'm coming to you.
Carrying dust, unfortunately. I didn't know that. I should have checked. I was fine standing there up until that point. Third death of mine, which is very bad. I can't afford to be dying like this.
Let's talk about your
We need to get me online, like, now. He's a full diffusal. That's a problem. I can't take a diffusal. Not a lot of ways around it either. Just have to accept it as a fact of life. I'm not gonna die for it. The last thing I need to do is die for that. Just farm. Take it safe, farm. All I needed was one more hit. If I had ulted a little sooner, I might have got it. Okay, I didn't get the chance to attack, but that's okay. Just trying to spot out any potential people who might respond. About to get my beautiful Oblivion staff. That's going to help significantly. Just a decent item, you know what I mean? I need that mana regen. Gives me a bigger mana pool. Actually, thanks to the quarterstaff, it gives me a little bit of damage and stuff too. So all in all, not bad. Once I have an Echo Saber, I'll be more apt to be able to kill people.
Shut up. I'm not gonna get Sunstrike. I have fucking Tranquil Boots. I don't need to go.
Your middle tower is gone. Tried to warn you.
We're having such problems right now.
You really should look at your bottom tower.
Yeah, I can see him coming. Glad to have a sentry there.
Pugna's over here. Careful.
Alright. There's no passives I'm really concerned with. So with that being said, I'm not really sure what I need. Okay. I am stopping quite a few things that prevent me from attacking, so that's not a bad option. It's totally a fair option. I don't love it, but it's fine. Basically just keep me alive long enough to steal enough stats to matter. Give me that regen. Shadow Blade in case they try to get up real fast. I don't know what they have as far as mobility items are concerned. I'm going to defend top. So I defend the tower a little bit. Never bad. This Venom's really not a support. I guess he was off lane, but I don't love that. We lost 2 towers just there. That was really bad. Lost all of our tier 2s. All in one fell swoop, basically.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he had like 5%, man. Because we're just gonna lose in about 10 minutes when Slug decides to come in the lane.
There's no reason to be angry, though. You might be right that we might be destined to lose here. But, gotta take it easy. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. We're in a very unfortunate spot here. We really just need to get like one huge team fight with Jug dying so we can try to stabilize our farm versus their farm. I don't think we lack DPS, we lack the ability to get it off. How do you get a Veno, Shakira ult to matter? Well, they have to stay in it. He broke his invis. That's unfortunate. Level 3 ult will be a nice time for me, though. I really need that in my life. Because the extra 5% move speed, the extra 2% health gain, it all adds up to be wonderful. I'm pretty sure Invoker... Oh, there he is. There goes his ult. I baited out the ult. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in that case. You're a Slark. Take a couple hits for the team. But don't die, of course. That's not worth it. Invoker just Sunstrike, so I have at least 10 seconds before I can Sunstrike again. Okay, or 5. 4-ish. Either way, I'm alive. Yeah, we gotta push, that's true. Just trying to get anything right now. I need farm. Almost level 18. Come on. Alright. Level 3 ult. I'd love to go over there, but... There we go, now I can. I stole Aegis, so I did my job. That was huge. Notice how I made sure I killed Roche, because they were going to stop. At least for a second, because if, you know, I'm right there, why bother? They know I got Aegis, I don't need to repeat that. Ow. Need dust, but I'm in space right now. I guess I don't need this windlace anymore. That's so not good. Oh. Might as well. He's gonna die anyway. Pugna has a heart? Why? We're gonna lose to a Pugna with a heart. I'm just gonna be Slark here. Stay out of the fight for a minute or two. He's still running? Ah. Waste of BKB. Dead Invoker. Finally a Dead Invoker. I need Scotty now. I need tank, I need everything.
Yeah, maybe we can get our second tower. Good job, guys.
Oh, cool. I guess attack speed. I need to get those stacks on. That's like my job here. I will say that if somebody had a 4-staff, which it looks like they don't, would have been great. Yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous though. It's not a real thing. Someone just hit Pugna at that rate. I watch Game of Thrones too. I wait till my Dota time's over. Relax. It's on demand. I'm suffering so much playing a Slark right here. The problem I'm having is that I just can't get near them. They have so many like AoEs and stuns and stuff, and it's just so scary to be anywhere near them. And that's a problem. I need to be near them. I think Benno is actually one of our less useful, but I haven't seen him fight a lot, so I could be wrong. Shikiro's throwing down great ice paths. I haven't seen any ults at all, I don't think, but I'm probably usually dying at that point, so I wouldn't see them. That's the way to do it. He's right. If he's gonna die anyway, you might as well do as much damage as you can to them. Oh no. Oh no. Help me. The reason that I did that instead of shadow blading, because there is a reason, is because if they have a ward, if they dust me real quick after I come out of the stun, I'm screwed. So I need to make sure I'm going to start healing. Even if I get stunned by something else, whatever. It's a safer option. As much as this is a long cooldown, I'll take it. No Roche. He saw me.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Losing Bloodseeker, so unfortunately we really can't fight.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Gotta try. This is it, you know what I mean? Give myself 7 gold, yeah! Take that! Nice.
What's something unique in it?
Haven't been slowed by Invoker, so he's not invisible, so he probably just blinked or something. Oh, that's very disappointing. They took our racks. Definitely did not want that. Oof. Well, we have 1 win under our belt already, so if this is a loss, we're just going to make it up in the last match. Because I'm definitely not going to have time for 2 matches after this. Unless they're super quick. I'm not really sure what I should do to pull myself out of this. I'm poor. I spot back, which adds to the poorness, unfortunately. I think our team needs to synchronize, like, big takes, essentially. I'm dead. Ooh. I'm alive. Not revealed currently, so I'm still living. That's a dead jug. I don't know why he's upset. I'm Slark. Slarks by Shadow Blades. Just a thing, you know what I mean? It's always been. Well, not always. That's not true, actually. Shadow Blade used to be more frowned upon when Slark's ult was different. You could use it more often, but it was an invis, not like a undetectable. Those were the days. I was gonna go hit the crap out of that. Because, like, there's no reason not to. As long as I don't die for it, basically. Ah. Oh no. Pugna! It's good money on that. Ooh. They denied anyway. I want that too. Make my mana go that much farther, you know? Now I'm tankier. I love it. Faster attack speed. All that good stuff. I gotta be ready to BKB if things are going that particular way. Thanks. I don't know if we're gonna do anything about it. Get rid of 6 agility for 10 doll stats, which means 4 more agility, 10 strength, 10, and it's all good stuff. I'm actually pretty tanky now, just not tanky enough. I'm getting there, but it's just... I can't even take Ancients fast, this is sad. I'm definitely not too timid. I was over there, scouting that out. Easily, huh? I had to pick that up if Bloodseeker dies. He does a buttload of damage. That's Aegis. I'm dead. I'm dead, friends. Blood's still alive, though. He's regenerating in base. We didn't kill anybody except Clock. Blood can kill certain heroes. There goes our ancient. Yeah. He didn't even get Rapier, which is the funniest part. You'd think that would have been why we lost, but just couldn't do anything. I know I screwed up the early game in that game. I own that already before I even checked the stats to prove that sort of thing. Of course, I lost more than I gained, so I'm down 1 MMR right now. I will say, though, I actually had the most net worth on the whole team. That's because Bloodseeker dropped his Rapier, though, because he should have 18 to 19,000. But other than Blood, I'll count that as being net worth. So, I was doing really poor. I was keeping a little bit behind their... I was actually only a little bit behind Jug. That's shocking. Invoker was rich as crap, though, which sucks. Jug actually didn't have that many kills, but what about the damage? We actually had reasonable damage. Pugna did more than most of us, and Invoker was right next. I will say Venno did a ton, you know, as things came on. It's really hard to read these stats and say, you know, something is the reason why. Let's go to the net worth. They were always in the lead. My farm started out really sad, and it got to an okay level. Never good. Venno's was actually decent for where he was. Blood's was good. Problem was, Jug had decent farm, and Invoker had great farm. So I'm going to say mid was one of our problems. I'm not even going to look at the items, because realistically the reason we lost is because of matchups and play. We didn't do too well in our safe lane, and apparently mid Bloodseeker didn't do too well against Invoker, which I'm not shocked about. How does he win that lane, realistically? It was a bad pick. He was first pick Bloodseeker, and he went mid with it. We probably should have swapped around our lanes. It's just none of these matchups are great for us. So, Invoker's strong against Bloodseeker because if he blood rages himself, he gets ruined. Invoker's good at disarming me, for example. That ruins me. Mirana's good against most of us because it catches out in arrows. We're screwed, Slark included. Pugna played as basically support just to heal his carries, but he's also good against me and Bloodseeker. Jug is actually bad against me. Kind of bad against Bloodseeker if he buys a Shadow Blade. That's iffy, though. I would say Bloodseeker probably comes out better just because Jug can't get rid of Rupture when he spins, which is a big deal. You know, it matters. But it wasn't enough. And Clock's really good against me. We just lost because we didn't have the good team fights, you know what I mean? Like, we should have a good team fight because of Venno and Jakiro. But they just have Jug and Invoker doing whatever they want while they're being supported by everybody else. So I don't want to go too into it because, honestly, it was just a multitude of mistakes. Where we laned, how we laned it, and a lack of getting farm, honestly. I would say, if I had to just draw a few factors, it's the fact that Bloodseeker went mid against Invoker, which was a mistake anyway, but then it didn't go well. And that their off lane did as good as our safe lane. That killed us too. And everything else stemmed from there. Jug was allowed to farm because I wasn't strong enough to gank him because my lane didn't go that well. You know what I mean? It's a sequence of events that lead from one thing to the next. In the late game, I really wish Bloodseeker had bought a real item instead of Divine Rapier because then he would have felt comfortable running in there. It probably wouldn't have mattered too much because they already had a huge advantage, but worth a shot. I also wish I had my Scotty at the end there, but that probably wouldn't have saved me. Well, I would have lived from the first Mirana salvo. But that doesn't mean I would have lived afterwards. Apparently I'm not... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, apparently I'm going to get that whole... People keep not accepting the match. Some of the same people, too. Kind of sick of seeing Jug, to be honest. Maybe mid.
5 seconds remaining.
Alaris, Clutch. Mirror, Eddie. Nope. Almost none of the same people that I can see. Good. I like a nice fresh match. Invoker is really good right now, actually. As much as my Invoker isn't the best Invoker ever, it might not be a bad idea. They're losing gold, which is great. Arc Warden. Oh. I see. Ursa, I see. Invoker is pretty good against Ursa. Just disarm. You know, Tornado. A Tidehunter, huh? Not the best against Ursa, but not the worst. Good against Dark Warden. If he shows in Tide Blink ults, then we have a good setup. I'm thinking Invoker's probably a good pick here. Ursa's pretty strong against AM, so I'm kind of hoping he finds a better carrier, but it's not terrible. It's not a terrible matchup. Necro, oh great. I could puck and just hold them down, but I think we need more carry. I feel okay about the Invoker. I don't play him on stream a lot, so I'm hoping I do well, but either way I'll try to give some advice from what I know about Invoker. So I play a very greedy Invoker. That doesn't necessarily mean it's what you should do. I play it because I know how to play it. I buy Gloves of Haste, and I usually don't buy anything else depending what my matchup is. If there's an oppressive mid that I think they're going to have, like a Quap, I'm going to buy Tangos too. Otherwise, I am saving for my first item being Hand of Midas. And the reason why is Invoker needs levels and Invoker needs money to matter. I will get both of those if I get a Midas early enough. I'm aiming for a 5 or 6 minute Midas. A 5 or 6 minute Midas is phenomenal. If you have one and the game goes long enough, you should win the game. Unless they also have a 5 or 6 minute Midas. Because you should have more farm than anybody. And then I'm hopefully going to be able to use it. Storm isn't that oppressive. I'm going to be on the safe side, though. I'm going to buy the Tangos anyway. I'm going to buy them. It's only 125 gold. It's just going to make me feel better about being in this lane. So, the idea with Invoker nowadays is you have options. Now, I went for regen first. Now, normally if I didn't go for regen, I'm going to take Quas first, and I'm going to invoke Cold Snap in Fountain. Because that's what an Invoker does. You always start with a spell in Fountain to save yourself the mana cost of invoking. You never start with Wex, so it's either Sunstrike or Cold Snap. I'm going to start with Exhort because I need to be better at last hitting than the Storm, ideally. Now, normally I would go with the Quas because that way I don't have to get Tangos to lane because I'll just sit on Quas in lane. But I don't think that's the play here. Storm's not going to harass that much anyway, but I'm buying the Tangos instead to give myself a chance at actually, you know, doing what I gotta do. Try to click on Rubik, I was too slow. I Sunstrike for fun, it doesn't actually matter. I can't get over it. This is why you don't skill before if you're a hero like Tide or Pudge. Pudge didn't, so I appreciate that. He took it after the fact when he started chasing Ursa. But Tide took Kraken Shell. Really could have used Gush to stop Ursa from hurting him. Ursa's really hurt now, which is nice. Hey, thank you for the extra question mark, my friend. I ain't gonna bother. Yeah, I think it was appropriate. Now I made it official in stream.
Battle resumes.
Okay, so I have 50 damage right now. There's a deny. He went a null talisman, so he's got 60. The extra 10 is going to give him a lot more room to do what he wants to do. The only good news is I have more range than him. So I can right-click him a little bit. There we go. Got that range creep. I don't know why I did Ice Wall there. That was dumb. Just getting back used to the Invoker. Jazz, I guess. I could get a kill with Ice Wall, actually, to be honest with you. Kept him back. There's the oppression. Alright, I need level Quas just so I can get some quicker healing here. I'm a little concerned with being low on health. I could get ganked since this is ranked. I mean, people do actually help their mids out. There. I don't want to get hit back. Okay, well, I was anyway. Got the missed chance, but why would I get lucky? Oh my god. His reptiles are just faster than mine. It's killing me. Where's the hashtags, Afrochick? I'm missing the hashtags. I now have 74 damage, which means I'm ahead of Storm. Looks like I might be pushed back to an 8-minute Midas, judging by my lack of farm right now. Not enough hashtags, thank you. Hashtag not enough hashtags. I just don't have enough damage. 74 just doesn't cut it. Under tower is not a place Invoker likes to be. There we go. Alright, now I have 90 damage. Much better. Always make sure to switch over to Quas when you're trying to regen. Like right now, no reason. Not last inning. Why would I need my Quas? Someone's missing. He's looking for that rune that was already taken, so I'm happy. Oh my god. He actually has ult now, so I can't really do as much as I'd like to do.
Told you he's missing.
He dove tower, that stinks. That's so unfortunate. There's nothing else I could have done there. I got no help from anybody, and I'm getting pretty mad about it. It's not how this works. Yeah, I often miss those. Gotta make it count. Oh no. That would not have killed him though. So I'm not so upset about it. Alright. Sub 8-minute Midas. That's not so bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. I don't know what he thinks. I did lose mid, truthfully. I can admit that, but not dramatically.
These invites don't fucking die.
Oop. Alright, I want to get my blink as fast as possible. Not fast, but not moving it lightning slow either.
Line.
Hook. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ty, no! Quick gave Pudge mana before he left. Just get some serious damage on it if possible. It's not really a low level. It doesn't really have a level. So anything I say to that regard, to that effect, will be misleading. I'll be giving anti-mage alacrity all game once we get to that mid-game. I was gonna give him alacrity to take a camp, but that's okay though. We gotta do something here. Alright, no longer safe because my my friend Pudge is backing out, so that means I gotta back out. Anti-mage should just get out of there. Alright, get that sweet experience in gold. This is where my Midas starts to really pay off. Not hugely yet, but we'll get there. Let's get some damage on Ursa. It just helps. Every little bit counts, you know? That was good. Okay, well that's done. Can't afford to go back to base just to get mana, unfortunately. I really would love to. He really is. He's just getting those great setups, and then he just slam dunks it, you know? It's a problem. So I'm going to end up with one of these. I need one now just to help me, you know, go through. No, no. Yes! I'm actually doing alright as far as farm's concerned. I mean level's concerned. Farm, man, not so much. We'll get there, though. I'm just trying to get some semblance of farm. Alright, I think that an Ags isn't a bad idea. It just gives me mana pool and all that. I already have the region that I need.
That's when you have a fucking tide carry.
I do have a Tide off lane who's hasn't come online yet. Negativity is already starting. Literally didn't get the chance to.
Rotate for fuck's sake. Dude, he's in our fucking jungle. Play the fucking game.
Wow. That's gonna be a
Stop being passive.
muted person. He can type, that's fine, but he just died instantly. Like, I don't know what he expected. He just suddenly was getting killed and he was dead before my TP would have even been done. That time. Oh gosh. That's all it takes. I just need a setup. I don't need a setup, but it helps. It helps a lot. You know what I mean? You just have to have teammates who are willing to work with you. Alright. Now I need to push mid. Bye. Ah, Ursa. You can have it. I will have enough. By the time I have to cast. That's it, though. One combo worth. Very sad. Oh, God. The Ursa messed me up. Ults, 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 ults. There we go. Well, we got Storm for me. That's not actually that bad of a deal. Sad to say that. It's very sad to admit that I'm not a bad deal to trade for their mid, but it's true. I am pretty high level, though. 1 level below Storm, and I will technically catch up. Should technically catch up. Alright, good. Just having a big problem with, well, really everything. There, a little bit more mana regen, that'll help. Problem is, Storm's a good pick against me. I still just avoid. At least Todd has a mech, that's cool. Pudge is gonna have an Aethel end soon. He has an urn, he's got tranquils. I mean, our farm is not good, but it's not awful. Axe isn't actually bad here. Yeah, Ursa's in a spot where he's pretty good. The damage could probably matter now if I really wanted to, but I can understand the sentiment to farm. Arc Warden. Flux got me. He didn't deny with his Bloodstone. That's nice. That Storm is really getting me.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, competing with an Arc Warden who also has a Midas, and he'll get a lot more out of it than I will. He's a right-click Arc Warden. I wish Ty got Blink before his mech. Because then we could have a Blink right now. And I would love that. He is disarmed for now. Now it's over. I just can't compete with his Blink. He blinks from really anywhere, and I just can't. I can't. It's never where our wards are, which I'm not blaming the wards, but it's never where our wards are. It's always the wrong spot, you know. Ult him. Step out of the way, Tide. Okay. He has his Blink, so that's something. Can't even have ult. What are you doing? That's so sad. I'm trying to cast every spell I could just to do a little bit more damage for Anti-Mage, but Anti-Mage couldn't finish the job, which I'm not blaming him for. He's not super fed, and we know that. Just sucks. Just sucks. He just heals so fast, that Necro. He doesn't even have a mech. I failed with Ursa too. I got caught behind that tree. That was really unfortunate. My fault, though. All on me. And Pudge missed a hook that I don't even understand what he was throwing at there, but that was really bad. I get the whole jump and there's just no repercussions at all. Right now, Antimate's just blink and ult him, to be honest. When he was at like 400, that's 1100 damage, and Antimate's level 18, right? Am I wrong? Oh, he's not. We're just screwed, yeah. Their Arc Warden actually knows what he's doing. And it's unfortunate. Don't even really feel like this was a good Invoker game to show because I didn't get the chance to do anything big. Wow, the hate. He's so aggressive. They're actually all pretty aggressive. I don't get why. People are always like that, though. That's just life. I think Rod of Atos is actually probably an item I'd be more apt to buy. But I have to upgrade a Scythe. Not that I'm ever going to afford it before this game's over, but... Dead again. I didn't even get a mech. He needs to use his ulti solely for Storm, to be honest. Yeah, I was greedy with it, though. I might have gotten it earlier if I bought something more lane-oriented. That's what somebody who's better than me would probably say. That was cool. He's actually mad at like everybody. But despite people took jabs at me, I didn't even respond to it. Didn't address it. Wasn't worth it. So let's take a look at exactly how bad we did. I'm glad I didn't double down at all today. That was a good move. We're down 24 MMR for the day. That's not so bad. It does put us below 3,300. Yep, we're at 3,288. So that's very sad, but that's okay. We can fix that next time. Totally fixable. So let's take a look. My net was similar to AM's. I can be proud in that by itself. He has a Battle Fury. So I kept up with the Battle Fury with my Midas. That's not bad. Not good, but it's not bad. We both had crap farm, to be honest. We should have had, 14,000 plus, at least. Arc Warden, obviously, we're not going to keep up with because of the whole double Midas thing. But we should have had 14, 15, maybe 16,000. But we didn't. That's alright. Stuff happens. Let's see. Damage. I was amongst the reasonable damage, the 8,000 to 9,000 range. Pudge did a lot, actually, funny enough, and I don't know how, because he wasn't really playing very well either. Expected that he'd do less, but I guess that's cool. The problem was their Necro was doing work, and on me, mostly. What a jerk. And then Ursa was right after that. Also on me, mostly. We actually had good supporting coming from Lions, so I'll give them credit for that. They were just winning progressively as the game went on. I will note that I did alright comparatively, just not great. I was in the top few, and I stayed in the top few for almost the entire game. I'm in the top 4. I jumped to 3rd for a little bit. Top 4 for most of the game. Up until, 25 to 30 minutes, and then I kind of dropped down because their whole team took over. So that's not the worst. Item-wise. Pudge bought normal items. I can't say anything. Lion bought normal items. I can't say anything. Antimage opted to go for a faster Battle Fury. That's fine. It was a slow Battle Fury, because I usually get a Battle Fury after a Vanguard similarly, right? It's near 20, whatever. But slow Battle Fury, he still got it. Farmed a Yasha, actually really slow. Yasha's not expensive. He should have had this Yasha earlier. He we bought treads. He didn't have treads. Okay, I guess that adds another 1,000 gold. So, would have finished treads earlier if I was him, but whatever. He just didn't really farm super great, but neither did I, obviously. My Midas was a minute late, at least. I wish it was faster. I screwed up the lane. Storm was pretty aggressive on me with those overloads. And I just lost the last hitting battle. Flat out. My blink was poorly timed. My Ags was really poorly timed. I got no farm in this segment here because we were fighting consistently and I was always the one dying. The reason we lost is because Storm is a pick that he picked to counter me. I know he said Storm's not in the meta, and I'm not saying Storm is an Invoker counter, but it's very hard to set up combos to somebody who can just zip away whenever they feel like. I need an Orchid to stop him or Scythe to stop him, and that's not something you can buy early. A Rotovatos would work too, but I didn't get the farm for Rotovatos. I might have opted to get it before my Ags. If I could redo things over again, I would probably buy a Rotovatos instead of my Aghanims at that time, just to deal with Storm and Ursa, but what's done is done, basically. We also suffered because Tide offlane just didn't work. Their Ursa got plenty of farm. Rubik was taking spells. Did not go well. I think their Arc Warden was their offlane, if I remember correctly. He obviously got farm, because if you look into the graph, he did fine. Ursa got whatever he wanted. Storm got whatever he wanted. Storm, Ursa, and Arc Warden got whatever farm they wanted. Now, I understand we lost mid. I asked for help. I asked for a gank. So did AM, mind you. But we both asked for help. AM got some. People came. Nobody ever came mid. Pudge looked once and then left. The expectation is that you're going to help your mid out if they ask for it. We have a roamer. We have a Pudge for a reason. I will say, I screwed up. Definitely one of the problems with our team was me. I'm up there. Reasons we lost this game, number 1. I will agree with AM's assessment. Pudge was pretty much useless for that game. I don't care what this damage stat says. That must have just been passive rot damage, realistically speaking. Pudge got almost no good hooks. Was never there for fights. Fed by, looking out on his own. He's just walking into the jungle. I don't know why. I saw that a couple times. So just being risky in general. He had 13 deaths. So 2 of those were denies, I think, but still. He just walked around dying and not setting up kills, and he never came mid to help me. I know that. And he didn't help AM. I mean, even if he came up, it didn't accomplish anything. So Pudge, I would say, is probably number 1. Number 2 reason was me losing mid. Now, granted, it wasn't some grand error that caused that, but I needed to not lose mid. That's the kind of game I needed to not lose mid. I needed to outfarm Storm, and obviously, we'll call the laning stage over around 10 minutes. Storm had about 1,000 GPM on me. That's a problem, and it got worse a little bit as time went on, like 1,200 in 15 minutes, you know what I mean? Having 1,000 gold on me is a big deal. So that was a problem. So it's Pudge, me losing mid, and our general, everybody but anti-mage's general option to not work together. So I'm waiting for plays, right? I'm waiting for somebody to ping and say, let's go kill this person. Because I'm farming. I'll TP. But instead, it's suddenly we're fighting away from the tower and somebody's already dead. I'm not going to bother TPing. I'm Invoker. Like, I'm not going to be able to get a kill that far away at earlier levels. I don't have big spells yet. I can't cast them all. I have a low mana pool. All that stuff. They set us up for failure. I almost never died early game. These are all late game kills. Deaths, I mean. Now, Lion seemed to play fine, but it just didn't go well. Also, I will say the picks were another reason we lost. So adding in to the fact that it was Pudge, my losing mid, terrible ability to coordinate, and Am even said it himself, and Am wasn't the greatest player. He farmed like crap, but us four need to be together, and that's true. We need to work together, but nobody did. I would do that differently, too. I would yell at my team to get them together. Into wards so we don't wander into them. Another thing is just the matchups. Ursa, amazing against Pudge. Decent against Tidehunter. Decent against Anti-Mage. I'm pretty good against Ursa. Arc Warden, super against Lion if he buys an Orchid. Super against Pudge. Decent against Tidehunter. Actually pretty decent against Anti-Mage. Not great, but decent. And good against me because, well, we're kind of even. Because I could catch him out with Tornado while he's trying to TP away. He could catch me with a lot of damage. Whatever. Storm, good against me. Good against Lion to some degree. But Lion can kind of get him too, so it's a weird matchup. Good against Pudge. He doesn't care about Pudge. Bad against Tide because one ult could ruin everything. And pretty bad against AM. AM as a counter to Storm, so that's nice. Rubik, great against Lion, Pudge, Tidehunter, not Anti-Mage. And Invoker, because he can steal my spells too. Necro, meh. Good against Pudge. Good against Tide, actually, because it holds him down. Decent against Anti-Mage is not great because the damage is reduced, but it's nice to hold him down. And good against me, because holding me down ruins me. They just had better matchups. We played it like crap, but it's okay. I was lucky enough to only lose 24 MMR today, and I'm okay with that. I can accept it for what it is. And next time I stream on Wednesday, I got 1,500 tokens waiting for me, and I got those 3 double downs. I know everyone's excited for the double downs. I know how much value we put in them, right? Double downs. Excuse me. Alright, but I'm going to end the stream here. It is 10 o'clock. It is time, my friends. So I'll see you guys Monday. Thanks for watching.